Hi everyone. Today I'm joined by Stefanie Michele, who some of you might recognise. She's my podcast co-host. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah and I'm a former binge eater turned psychotherapist. And you are?
A former binge eater turned coach and occupational therapist. Do you want to do it again?
No. Okay. We thought we would do a video where we try each other's binge foods because I'm based here in the UK. We're in the UK at the moment recording this and Steph is visiting from New Jersey.
Well, former binge foods.
Former binge foods. I don't know. That's interesting actually. I still might call them binge foods. What does that mean? I
wouldn't anymore because I can eat them without binging on them, so I've associated them differently now.
Yeah, so can I. I think maybe part of it is because a number of the foods that I've brought today to share with you are foods that I haven't eaten since I was binge eating.
Why do you think that is, though?
My desire for them just wasn't there. It wasn't that it's felt like a battle.
Right.
And so some of them I just feel a little bit, it's not quite repulsion, but it's a bit like there's just
association.
I don't really want it. It's not a conflict though, and I feel okay having them. I feel quite peaceful about them. The foods that I binged on that I no longer eat now will be the foods that I didn't even enjoy that much back then. They performed a function, maybe because they were cheap, maybe just because they filled me up and that kind of thing. So I think that's probably a big part of why they don't feature in my life so much now. Yeah. This could be a challenging video for some people. On YouTube, it seems quite popular to do videos showing what people are binging on, which is part of the reason for doing this one. But obviously, Steph and I are both recovered and we're both working in a space where we're helping other people to recover. So whilst we're sitting here having a bit of fun with these foods and trying them, if it feels like the kind of topic that might feel a little bit triggering for you or just not helpful for you to see what other people are binging on, then maybe go and watch one of my other videos.
The other thing about this video that I would have noticed at one time is how easily we're able to put it down. And how almost a bit like, oh, this is too sweet for me, I don't want this. And that would have really bothered me. It would have really annoyed me watching people like, oh, it's so easy. This is not the way that it always felt.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. For me, I think there's something about time of day as well. We're recording this in the morning, so we've just had breakfast.
Yeah.
And for me, probably even now, I might veer more towards wanting sweet foods later in the day. So I think that might be part of it as well for me, where I just only having a couple of bites and putting it down. But I think that's a really good point because, yeah, I think I would find there would be an inner eye roll for me if I saw someone.
Oh, it's too sweet for you.
I'm just going to have half a biscuit or cookie and put it down.
Oh, we've become them.
Yeah. All right, should we start then? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I want to try it first.
You want to try it first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go in my bag. There's going to be a lot of rustling in this video, so maybe we should flag it as ASMR or something. Okay. I'm going to start with this one because we spoke about it in the Facebook group. Custard Creams.
Ah.
Have you ever seen Custard Creams before?
No, and I wouldn't have thought they came in a package. I would have thought it was fresh.
These are biscuits, not cookies. Biscuits. There was a couple of years when these were a really big binge food for me, and I think one of the reasons why they were was because they're really cheap.
Oh.
This whole packet, 200 gram packet, 27 pence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it used to be more than that, but it was this week anyway.
You know what's appealing about it to me? Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you yet because it has to do with one of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I think another thing I'd say about Custard Creams is nobody's favourite biscuit here in the UK. It's kind of the naff one that gets left behind at the end as well. So, I have not actually eaten a custard cream. Go ahead. I have not actually eaten a custard cream since a binge. So I've not eaten one outside of a binge. And so they make me feel a little bit weird, to be honest. But just try.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You'll see.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This is a Vienna finger, which I have.
They do look similar. Just hold it up for people to see. But I haven't heard of these before, Vienna fingers.
I haven't had these since binging either, just because I just don't have them in my house. This was a childhood cookie too. But whenever I would babysit, people had them and I would eat them. And I would then have to replace them.
How many grams is that, by the way? 340. It just everything's bigger in the US.
But look at the rows. Like that's what appeals to me. It's just like the lines and the sensory. Like I love it, and that's what that looks like too. Try it.
That is so funny. They're so similar. The centre's creamier in this one.
Well, I like
It's
the.
softer.
I think I like that better.
I think I like the soft one better. Do you wanna? Should we swap? I'll take these. You
Okay,
take these.
fine.
Okay.
There.
Do you want to go with one?
Um,
Turn out I've got the British equivalent in my bag.
we'll see. Well, I don't think you're gonna have this one. This one's cereal. I brought the whole kit and caboodle.
To me, that looks like dog food.
Okay, so my husband calls this. So when I told Mike that we were doing this, he said, I said, what did I used to binge on? Like, what are the things you remember me eating a lot of? And he's like, your horse cereal. He's like, it looks like horse feed, which I understand. It's extremely fibrous. And they used to call this Goleen cashew cereal, and now they just call it Go, which is interesting.
Oh, so this is
They took away the
just
lean.
called Go.
Now it's cashew Go, not cashew
I'm gonna
Go.
hold it up to the camera so that people can. It does kind of look like something you might give to an animal.
So this is what I would come home from work, and I would eat, I kid you not, like 3 boxes sometimes at a time. And I had roommates, and and they was an hour before they would come home, and I would binge on this cereal after work in that hour, and then I'd have to like stash the evidence. And I would go to the like garbage room and get rid of the boxes. I ate so much of this cereal, like probably more than anything else that I ever ate. Box upon box. But I always had it with soy milk.
Oh, right. So what's your relationship with the cereal now?
I haven't looked at it.
Oh, this is the first time you're having it since a binge?
Yeah, I have no interest. I mean, it's fine. I don't have an aversion. But I have I just don't. No, I just haven't even thought about it, really.
So to me, I have a bit of an aversion now, I think, to custard creams. But, this might look a little bit weird to you, but I don't like milk on my cereal granola. I used to eat quite a bit of cereal and granola when I was binging as well, but I just don't like it. So I'm going to have to try it dry, which might mean I'm not getting the full effect of.
I don't know if it's that good. Very
Really
crunchy.
crunchy. Really
It's horse feed.
It's hard work. Maybe not with milk on.
Do you know? But it's crunchy, and I think that was the appeal. It was so sensory.
Do you have sugar puffs?
We have Cocoa Puffs.
So this in here, that's what it tastes like.
Oh, that's
this
it.
in there.
That's we have those, but that's not what we call them.
We'd call that basically sugar puffs. That's the only bit that's quite pleasant because that's soft. The rest of it, it feels like hamster food or something.
Yeah, hamster food. That's exactly what it looks like.
You can keep that one. I'm not gonna take that one off you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, you seemed almost slightly offended. You can take that one back to New Jersey with you. So I've got one. This is one. There's a bit of a story around this one, and I know that you haven't had them because we have spoken about them once. So there was one year, I think it must have been 2008 or 2009, where I decided to do Lent. I thought Lent was the solution to my binge eating.
Me too.
So for Lent, I set myself these rules that I wasn't going to have any chocolate, sweets, desserts, cakes, or biscuits. So that was kind of my rule, because I figured that was all my binge food. But as you know, with something like binge eating, it finds a loophole. So this was my loophole.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns.
Okay.
You haven't had these, have you? We did talk about them once.
No, we don't. They're not big over there. I know the song Hot Cross Buns.
Yeah, so they're an Easter thing. So these are nice Marks and Spencer's ones. But when I was binging, I used to get the cheap ones.
Okay.
But, I'm doing a little bit better these days. Now, what I would have them with, again, is something that is not... I don't think this is very common at all in the UK. So I have had hot cross buns since I stopped binge eating. But there's something else that I used to put with them that I haven't had since. Pineapple jam. Have you ever had it?
No.
Well, what was that face?
I don't like jam.
You don't like jam?
No.
Well, you can try one.
Try it for you.
Well, try
Why not?
Try a bit.
Hey, you had my horse manure. I mean, horse tail.
That was a Freudian slip. Of course, it's Easter. Well, it's not Easter time, but because we've had Christmas, all the Easter stuff is out. So there's a lot of hot cross buns
makes
around.
sense.
What doesn't make sense?
That all the Easter stuff's out because we've had Christmas.
Yeah, because that's commercialism for you. The minute like all the Christmas stuff's off the shelf, do you not find that Easter stuff comes in January?
No, we have got Valentine's Day stuff out right now.
Oh, yeah, well, you make a bigger deal, I think, out of Valentine's Day than we do. So, this is what I would do. There's some more there, so you can always enjoy one the way you want to enjoy one later if you want with some butter or something.
Are you making that for me?
Yeah.
Just pick it up, yeah?
Yeah. So I would go, they would come in boxes of, not boxes, packets of 6. And I would just eat these because they didn't fall into any of my categories for Lent. And this might surprise you, Steph, but Lent didn't cure my binge eating.
No.
I know.
Who'd have thought?
I know, right?
I don't love it. I don't like it too much.
No. Okay, I'm going to keep that. What do you think of the hot cross? Do you want to try the bit of the hot cross bun on its own, or you can kind of... What do you want to do?
Okay. I can't tell which part I don't like, so...
Yeah.
I think it is the jam.
I'm actually going to try a bit of this because I haven't had this jam. I don't like the jam. I don't even like what's top.
I don't really like the hot cross bun.
Oh, what? I think we need to call you a taxi.
Why? You can keep your hot cross buns. I'm not going to take them from you.
That's sacrilege.
Why don't you take out the one in the freezer?
Ah, good idea. Okay, this was the one that you said if we're going to do this video that I had to go and buy you these because obviously they were not going to travel well.
Ice cream Snickers. These were something I only bought in bulk when I stayed in London that semester abroad. There was a shop around right down the street from me, and they had the open case freezer, and I would go and eat entire boxes of these and feel so sick.
Have you had any of these since you were in London?
I think so. Gosh, maybe once or twice.
How long ago was that when you were in London?
23 years ago.
Wow. Packaging the same?
Yeah, I mean, it's changed a bit, but it sounds the same. It's the same crunchy crinkle. It still feels very appealing.
I don't know.
You don't like ice cream. I pick all.
No, I do like ice cream. I'm not as fussed, but so ice cream was a really, really big binge food for me. Like most binges involved ice cream, and I would go and buy a tub of Ben and Jerry's, but I couldn't even bear because I can't stand Ben and Jerry's now. It just tastes really synthetic to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't even bear buying a tub of Ben and Jerry's for this video because I thought it was just going to be wasted. I was like, I'm going to sit here and go, oh, Ben and Jerry's. You're going to go, yeah, we've got that too, and then that would be it. For me, I don't know if I would ever normally go for Snickers because my issue with Snickers, I might cut some off and then you can listen as well.
Yeah, I want some.
My issue with Snickers is frozen nuts.
I love frozen nuts. I keep my nuts in the freezer.
I would go. You keep your nuts in the freezer?
Mm-hmm. I love it like that. My mom always did that.
Okay. So I think for me, I would always go for Mars ice cream over a Snickers. And I can remember buying boxes of 4 like this of the Mars ice creams and eating them during a binge.
Oh, this is just as good.
Is it? For me, I would also let them soften a bit normally as well. Just brought it straight out the freezer. Do you like it rock hard like this?
No, I would let it soften too, but please.
It was quite boring for everyone.
There was no waiting and sitting and waiting for it to soften back then. Oh my gosh, yum.
That's true, but if I bought 4 Mars ice creams, I would lay them out, and then they'd be softening. By the time I got to the last one, it would be about just right. Did you ever think that you would be able to enjoy these foods like this without feeling compulsive around them?
No. No, and even now it's like I'm not proud of myself, but it's still cool to me.
I still marvel at it. I still take time to marvel at it.
I do.
This one comes up quite a bit with my clients, actually, those in the UK. I don't know if you have something similar. Obviously, it's classic cookies, so there's salted caramel and milk chocolate cookies. Would you get them in a packet like this, though? This is a pack of 4.
That's
from the
fancy. That would be from the bakery section.
Yeah. So it's like the bakery section of the supermarket. They always come in 4s, and I always ate all 4 when I was binging.
Yeah. I would have liked to have those when I was binging. They look like good, 4 big cookies.
So what's this, Steph?
A cookie.
And what's this, Steph?
A Vienna finger. It's a cookie.
It's a biscuit.
No, they're both cookies.
No,
a biscuit is not sweet.
No. We invented the English language, don't forget that.
You didn't.
Yes, we did, that's why it's called English. Where did you think it came from?
Latin.
They're not as good, because because I bought them yesterday. And this is the other thing with them. They only last like a day really well. They don't taste as good as they normally do.
They're good, but sweet. 4 of these would make... I know how I would have felt after.
Oh, yeah. I didn't feel $1 million after that.
Yeah. I don't... What's on... It's the caramel. I'm not a big caramel person.
Okay, fair dues. I would eat them and still carry on. That would often not be a binge in and of itself.
Yeah, sure. No, totally. I don't think I ever binged small.
I suppose binges by their very nature are not small, but definitely compulsive eating. And it felt like a binge. So I sometimes have smaller binges that felt as distressing as the bigger binges, even if I didn't feel physically unwell.
So my next one, I think you said you have here, and I didn't think that you did.
Oh, yeah. Pop-Tarts!
It's the brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tart.
See, I don't know. My memory of Pop-Tarts was just that there was a jam and icing one. Is that right? Am I making that up?
Yeah, like strawberry with white frosting.
And I'm going to be really stupid. You don't toast... Do you toast it in the
packet?
packet?
You do toast them, but...
in the packet?
No, not in the packet. You take it out and you pop it in the toaster. But I didn't have the patience for that, so I used to eat them just out of the bag.
Oh, okay. So we'll eat them. That saves me running to the toaster. And
yeah, no, there was no toasting. Unless I was eating while I was toasting.
That just looks so unappetizing.
I know.
It's like... It looks like just anemic and... It's just...
That's exactly right.
Oh, there's 2 in there. Okay, I didn't quite get that. Do you want some lovely Pop-Tarts?
I don't.
It's really rank.
Okay,
Pass me a custard cream to get rid of that taste.
I think at the time, to be honest, when I was binging on them, I didn't think they were so great either, unless they were toasted.
Right.
But I just didn't have the patience for that.
Understood.
No, they're okay.
It's just dry. I think I need to get some water.
A lot of sweet things. This pile is...
Well, interesting you
Chip
mentioned
meat.
sweet.
Like,
I think that will lead me on to this one.
look at my crummy side and your neat side.
I've got crumbs here as well. Not that it's a competition. I've got crumbs
It is.
too. Popcorn, but sweet and salty.
Okay.
Always sweet and salty. Did the sweet and salty thing start in the US? I feel like it would have done.
Sure. We have sweet and salty things.
No, but I feel like it started there and it's one of those things that gravitated over here, like
Maybe.
Hawaiian pizzas.
I don't know where it began.
Do you like Hawaiian pizzas?
No. I don't like fruit unless it's in its whole form. Like no cooking it. I don't like apple pie like for its innards.
Oh, okay. Can I just begin by saying that I would have been having a bag that was this size?
Sure.
Yeah. They
made it
happened
small.
to be in bags of 6. Don't know what to say about popcorn. Really, popcorn's popcorn.
I never would have binged on popcorn.
Never really.
It wasn't worth my time. It was like I don't know. It just wasn't calorically dense enough.
Mhm. We could sit here and watch ourselves on the screen like we're watching a movie.
I had them.
Well, I mean, with the popcorn, it looks like we're watching.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, it just like disappears in your mouth. But I'm preferring it right now to all the sweet.
That's why I thought when you said sweet, because this is sweet and salty. And of course,
yeah.
Did you ever do that alternating thing with a binge where you'd eat something sweet and then something salty and something sweet and something salty?
I didn't want anything salty. Like, I'm not like a potato chip person. Except for fries. I do like fries.
I'm not either, but sometimes I would binge on sweet food. And then I'd feel so sick of sweet foods, but I wanted to keep binging. Yes. And then I would eat I'd find something savoury.
Savoury, yes.
And then I would go back to something sweet again.
Yes.
And it sort of balances out.
That was a terrible feeling in the stomach when you'd get so full of, and that's what I'm being, and it shouldn't be right now. I think it's because of just the way my body has, because I flew last night, so my my digestive system's a little wacky right now, and it's off-putting all this stuff. I think if you'd caught me on a different day, I would have been able to eat more of the sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm very averse to it at the moment. Except for the Snickers.
We can go back to them.
It's quite good. You probably have these too.
We do.
But I had to bring them because this is what I used to steal from my college roommate. Her mom would send her, I'm just exposing all my dark secrets, but her mom would send her, my freshman roommate, the first foray into college, and her mom would send her the big trays of the Ferrero Rocher. And I couldn't stay away from them, and I would eat them, and I would try to replace them before.
Interesting it was these, because I was given a box of Ferrero Rochers for Christmas, and they sat on the side, and I ate them over several days. It was just one of the pyramid ones as well. And each day when I just saw it sitting there, I just marvelled at it.
Yeah,
and I was like, there is hope, guys. There really is.
So on my way here at the airport, I bought food to bring on the plane because I didn't know that they would serve me anything on it. And I had it sitting next to me for quite a while, and I was like, oh, I remember when I used to buy food, I had to eat it right then. Like I couldn't just let it sit there. It was like ridiculous, it would just play in my mind. I just had to eat it just to get it out of my head. But I didn't the thing about, I think, recovery is that, like, for me anyway, it's not something I had to work at. It just happened eventually.
Really?
Yeah. As far as that, like, it's not something I fought and, like, I don't feel like I actively conquered that. It was just all of a sudden I stopped needing to have it when it was there.
But as someone who's heard, like, parts of your story, I think it sounds to me like the kind of work you did was around body image. You did a lot of work on your body image, and then as that was getting better, the relationship with food kind of went along with that.
Oh, no, I actively recovered 100%. But what I mean is I didn't have to actively say, okay, try not to eat things when they're next to you. Like, I stopped needing to have it so urgently as my recovery went on.
Yeah. Well, some people might be watching this and not know your story, so
right.
How?
Well, I think because for me, my binge eating was largely sourced in restriction, both mental and physical. So as I started eating all the things, which was my method and doesn't work for everybody, but I started allowing myself to eat things, and I gained weight, not intentionally, but like I knew that would happen as I did that. And as that mental and physical restriction, I habituated to foods, and I the scarcity around them started to just went down to the point where now, like, when food's around, I don't feel like I have to have it right then. But that was just from time and no longer restricting over a long period of time.
I would say like maybe 50-60% of mine was that, but a lot of mine was emotional as well. So I felt like I did have to go through with lots of different foods, trying things out and taking care of my emotions around that particular food. The last one I've got is one that I know was one for you.
Yes.
But these are the caramel ones. Of course you do. I didn't really realise that until today, that you're not a fan of caramel. But during my binging days, there is no way I could have bought a packet and not eaten the whole thing in one sitting.
Yes.
I would always tell myself that I would try. And even when I was trying to recover, I would keep buying these and going, right, okay, I'm just going to give myself permission around them and it'll be fine. And I was doing that, but I was still going back, and I still felt like I kept losing control around these. This one took a while, I think, for me. I really don't feel like them at the moment.
I don't either, but we're gonna do this.
We've said this is a video about trying each other's binge food, so there's no way of eating these without making a mess. For me, they just taste like a Twix. So for me, it was like getting the equivalent of about 10 or 12 Twixes.
But the caramel takes away from the crunch. And I like
you're
crunch.
a lot about texture, aren't you? I don't think texture makes much of a thing for me.
I want to get the dark chocolate covered ones because it will feel so weird to eat one and not need to eat the whole thing.
Yeah. So out of the things that you tried from the UK, from My Foods, which one do you like the best?
Not the hot cross buns.
I don't know why I feel sad about that. I feel slightly offended that you don't like hot cross buns. I don't know why.
No, mixed spice. Maybe if they had one without mixed spice, I might like it better. I think I like the custard creams. Yeah. Yes, those are my favorite out of the things I tried.
Yeah. And I would actually say, because the ones that for me really tasted different, I hadn't tried before, were the
Vienna fingers?
Vienna fingers. I was going to say Vietnamese fingers.
No.
Vienna fingers. There was that, and then the horse feed, and so I think I'm going to have to go Vienna fingers.
Did you use the spoon?
No, that was the spoon I used. It does need milk, doesn't it?
Oh.
What was that?
That's not as good. I do like the texture, though.
Okay, so we better go off and see the city now. So, Thanks for joining us.
Okay, bye.
Bye.